Donovan Mitchell was traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Colin Sexton, Ochai Agbaji, and a few, other nitpicky things like Lauri Markkanen and a few other picks. But how are those 2K23 Cavs going to look according to 2K? Let's find out. So we are here having ourselves a good time on it, and you can see we have the Cleveland Cavaliers right now as they're going to look in 2023 for the season. Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, who is a 90. These are 2K's official ratings, by the way, according to previous, aside from what the Cavs have. And we got Donovan Mitchell, who's an 88 here, nice position of shooting guard. We got Jarrett Allen, and then Kevin Love, most likely is a nice little 80. Maybe filling in that small forward, but probably not. What we're most likely going to see is, I think, Isaac Okoro is probably going to step in for that small forward position. I'll see what 2K actually has it for, but we're basically just going to sim through this season and see how they go and how they get on, and if these 2K23 Cavs. I also do have the Jazz here. If you're wondering what their roster is going to look like, they have Bogdanovich, Colin Sexton, Mike Conley, Lauri Markkanen, Jordan Clarkson, Vanderbilt, Beasley, Rudy Gay, Ochai Agbaji. It's some pretty other decent guys like Walker Kessler to fill in that center position, which is pretty nice. They get a decent team, but it's nothing crazy. But I think if we go over here to coach game plan and we look at our team, this is what 2K assumes the starting lineup is going to be. Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Okoro, Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen. We got Kevin Love, Rubio, and some other decent guys who they don't think Robin Lopez and these guys below are going to get many minutes. Where Dean Wade, the Myteam, go. So we're basically just going to run with what they have, and then depending on how they do the first season, I may do some adjustments based on it. But let's kind of see how everything gets on. This is obviously the first video that I've done like this, and if you want to see what the Jazz are going to look like, we'll see. So we're going to simulate, I think, to this all-star break, wherever that may be. Let's try to find it somewhere in here, right there. So we're going to simulate to before the all-star break and kind of see what's going on with this team and what they're looking like. So we're going to simulate through date, and they're already starting off crazy good. Let's disable these CPU trade offers, and okay, this is looking a little bit more like it should. Overall, not too bad. Let me know what you guys think about the trade with Donovan Mitchell. Was it a W? Anything like that? I do think that they have the pieces, the Cavs, to make Donovan Mitchell work with his bad perimeter defense. Maybe he can help it out much. But I don't know. I think it can actually be a pretty good, I guess, fill-in for the Cavs. They have another scoring punch, so Darius Garland has some help. They already have Evan Mobley and a bunch of guys who are really good when it comes to defense. You got Okoro, who's a pretty good perimeter defender. I think it's not too bad. And for the Jazz, there's so many things that I haven't done here. I think for the Jazz, it definitely helps them tank if that's what they're looking to do, and just have I guess pieces to help out, which is definitely, I guess, good for them. But currently they're sitting at the 11th seed right now, so that's not exactly amazing for these guys. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the trade for both sides, WL, anything like that. If you need level 40, unlimited, limited, clutch time, domination, triple threat, or anything else on your 2K account grinded, contact Rose NBA on Twitter and let them know X sent you. Okay, so here we are at All-Star Weekend. I am actually going to stop the simulation and I'm just gonna kind of skip through this, go to auto draft just so we can see who the all-stars are. So the starters for Team Jokic are Jokic, Curry, Harden, Durant, and Embiid. Anthony Davis, DeMar DeRozan, Karl Anthony Towns, John Morant, Ben Simmons. Evan Mobley is a first-time all-star. That's actually pretty dope. And then LaMelo Ball's down there. I can't scroll at all. And then for Team Giannis, obviously Giannis is on there. LeBron, Kawhi, Luka, Trae Young, Westbrook, Butler, Beal, Booker, George, Tatum, and Sabonis. So Evan Mobley's a first-time All-Star. No Donovan Mitchell and no Darius Garland. Kind of surprising. I thought one of those would actually be it before Evan Mobley, but overall pretty cool. And we are right about to hit the All-Star break, which is always pretty good. There's the trade deadline. We are not gonna obviously stop simulating and make any trades. We've already got the big blockbuster trade that we need. So let's look at how we're doing at the All-Star break for this team. Currently sitting at 6th in the conference, which I think is pretty solid for this team. Evan Mobley is honestly looking kind of crazy. And I think if we go over to, what is it? Is it the front office? And is it, oh no, it's stats and standings. There we go. Season stats. And we'll just look at our player stats over there. And honestly, Okay, yeah, Donovan Mitchell's having himself a season. 24 points per game. That's kind of what I think the Cavs wanted out of him. Some help for Darius Garland. He's getting 19 points, 6 assists. Mitchell's also averaging 24 and 5. That's actually a really good season with 4 rebounds. Getting about 2 steals a game. He's shooting 50% from the field and 45% from 3. A really good season for Mitchell. Darius Garland's also having a pretty solid one, 19 and 6. I will say, I think that Garland's assist numbers being around 7 is pretty accurate because obviously Mitchell's going to have in his hands maybe a little bit more ISO ball is going to happen. Mobley with 5 assists, 13 rebounds, and 17 points a game, along with 2.5 blocks and a steal. I see why this guy's an all-star, and he's actually shooting 38% from 3, which is pretty good. And even Jared Allen has taken 0.2 3-point attempts a game. He's getting about 8 rebounds a game. Mobley's taking them all at 11 points. All around pretty solid. You got Okoro, who's kind of just here to play a little bit of defense, a block, and a steal a game. All around pretty good. And yeah, I mean, if Mobley's averaging 17 and 13, I can see how the Cavs can be pretty good. I just want to quickly check on the Jazz just to kind of see how they're going. The player stats really quick. They're 12th in the conference. So not great. Interested to see who's worse than them, but Colin Sexton, 18.7 points per game. And let's see what our man, Agbaji is doing absolutely nothing, getting no playing time. They get a trade for him and then don't even put him in the lineup. If I do that, I will make sure that that is a little bit better. But let's simulate at the end of the season and see how they do because they're obviously in the 6th of the conference. So we're for sure going to make the playoffs. And I realized the All-Star game happened, and I actually wasn't going to show you guys that. So I simulated through it real quick. Obviously, we only have Evan Mobley in this one, nothing else. Mobley, 6 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, just doing his all-around game as he does. And then the actual All-Star game, he actually had a pretty good game as well over here. Only 4 points, but 12 rebounds. It was all right. The star of the show was obviously Luka and Trey absolutely cooking it up. And then the Rising Stars game, they did lose, but Kennedy Chandler was actually the star of the game. 28 points. This guy is cooking it up. Having some fun. Now we'll simulate to the end of the regular season because I know some people want to see that. Okay, so here we are right at the end and not a good finish. So 15th in the power rankings for the Cavs and actually finished conference ranked 9th. Now, I don't know if 2K does the play-in tournaments in these. I don't think they do, which means I think the Cavs actually miss out on a playoff spot. Giannis, though, gets most valuable player, the nice MVP, 27, 13, 5, 2, and 2. And already 29% from 3, not terrible. Rookie of the year is obviously Chet Holmgren, and now he won't be playing in this, but that wasn't updated on it. So Oklahoma City obviously gets a little bit of help, but I don't think it's too bad. Scottie Pippen Jr. gets 6 man of the year for the Lakers. Okay, that's interesting. Defensive player of the year is also Giannis, most improved Tyrese Maxey, which is interesting. 14 points a game. That's kind of what Maxey was averaging already, so I don't know how he got most improved. Then coach of the year is Willie Green. Interesting, of the Pelicans, I'm pretty sure. Michael Meyer, executive of the year, not that anybody really cares about that. So we'll advance. All NBA first team Evan Mobley gets a pick. We love to see that. Nobody on the second team, nobody on the third team. All defensive first team and nothing there. Wow, nothing there and nothing there. Mobley doesn't even get one. All rookie first team, we don't have anybody and nobody there because I don't think we have any of our picks. We traded Agbaji, which is interesting. So overall, nothing of note. And they actually do have the play-in tournament. So the Western Conference over there, let's see where we are. The Cavs are playing the Pistons to start it off. That's kind of interesting. I just wanted to see what the Pistons are looking like. But guess I can't do that. So we're just going to simulate through this first game, see what happens. And they lose to the Detroit Pistons, even despite 39 by Donovan Mitchell. Oh my Lord. Jared Allen did a whole lot of nothing. Mobley did his best to help. Darius Garland was kind of just there. Wow, okay. Jaden Ivey, 38 points and 10 assists. Lauri, 27 and 12. Apparently, Kyle Lowry ended up on the Pistons somehow. That is kind of wild. Duran also is a star. So that's interesting. Let's just kind of see what happens with the rest of the playoffs since we got eliminated, and obviously the Jazz aren't in it. And the Warriors beat the Raptors in Game 7 in the NBA Finals. Steph Curry brings home a Finals MVP. Let's just take a quick look. Led by Scotty Barnes, okay, and Otto Porter, who they ended up picking up. Kind of interesting. Wow. Okay, Jonathan Kuminga is actually the star of the game. That's interesting. We're gonna do 3 years, I think, on the Sims. Let's just check the draft lottery, see if we get anything. Even though we've kind of traded all of our picks, I don't think there's any chance. The Jazz get the 3rd pick, most likely from one of our trades. We have the 14th pick, so we're actually still in the lottery, which is kind of nice. And I guess we'll just go to the NBA draft real quick, see who we can pick up with this one draft. And we'll sim it to our pick, see what we can get right here. So we can choose our prospect. The best that we got is Scoot Henderson. He's the guy in the G League that's absolutely cooking it up, which is kind of interesting. But he is a PG. It's not exactly a position that we need. To be honest, we have Donovan Mitchell, and we have, I guess we don't really have actually Rubio for our backup PG. I guess we'll just pick up Scoot Henderson because he's supposed to be like he's the best offensive option that we got right here, and then we can just sim it to the end and see what the other guys pick up. We'll just snag Scoot Henderson just to see what's going on. Oh, that was the Jazz that we picked them for. My bad. Either way, let's see what we have. The free agency. Let's go to player progression. We're gonna let the AIs kind of do everything that they need to do. I don't want to get in the way too much. So player progression. This is for the current team, the Jazz, the Cavs. Darius Garland goes up to a 92. Mobley goes up 2 to a 91. And Mitchell up to an 89. Allen goes up. Okoro went up 3 to a 79. Just putting him in the starting lineup. Actually not a bad idea. And Rubio is starting to regress. So nothing too crazy. And we can just advance to the next season, see what our general team is looking like, and hopefully have a better season this time. All right, so pickups that the AIs did over on the off season. We still have all the same kind of guys, but we have this guy Cameron Whitmore, who I'm going to assume was our draft pick this year. All right, not too bad. And then they also, I think, signed Justin Holiday and Michael Carter-Williams to some deals just to have, I guess, a little bit more bench depth, have a few guys riding the bench. The Jazz obviously now have just some more people. They got Scoot Henderson, who's an 80 overall top, but Mike Conley to go absolutely cook it up. And just really some interesting things. I don't know what they're doing over there. I'm letting them kind of just ride. We're going to do 3 seasons of this. We've already kind of seen the general thing, so I'll just go to the All-Star, show you guys that, and I guess get through 3 seasons and see how it rocks. All right, so here are the All-Stars for year number 2. We have Team Luka and Team Giannis. Luka, Curry, Jokic, Kat, and Joel Embiid for our starters. Kyrie, Bradley Beal, Davis, John Morant, Paul George, Jimmy Butler, and Evan Mobley. Again, back-to-back All-Stars for Evan Mobley, which is pretty cool. Team Giannis is Giannis, LeBron, Tatum, Trae Young, and LaMelo. That's actually kind of a scary one, but I think I'm more scared of Team Luka. And 19-time All-Star for LeBron James. And then we got Kawhi, KD, Booker, Zion Williamson is a second-time All-Star, Pascal Siakam a second-time All-Star, Ben Simmons, and Anthony Edwards. So still nothing out of Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. Kind of crazy. Do you guys think they'd be an All-Star in these years? I feel like with this kind of team, just Evan Mobley being an All-Star is interesting. I feel like if there's one that's going to get it, it's either going to be Garland again or what is it, Donovan Mitchell, but you know. And surprise of the century, the Cavs are actually been bouncing around the 1st and the 2nd seed the entire time throughout this. They're currently sitting at 2nd in the conference and 3rd in the power rankings, which is absolutely unreal, I think, for these guys. And obviously, Victor Wembanyama is absolutely killing it. But our player stats right now, 22.8 by Donovan Mitchell. So he's actually kind of taking a back seat. Darius Garland, 18 points, but he's actually passing the rock a little bit more, 8.2. And then we have Evan Mobley, 15 points, 14 rebounds with 5 assists and almost 3 blocks a game. Jarrett Allen's also playing pretty well for us, 14 and 9 essentially. Karis LeVert giving us a spark off the bench. And Okoro, again, just kind of doing his defensive things, helping us out, but not really giving us the best shooting wise. Mitchell's 3-point shooting is kind of going down a little bit, but Darius Garland is shooting a blistering 46% from the 3-point line. Honestly, kind of crazy. Obviously, we're going to need to re-sign Darius Garland and Evan Mobley onto some rookie extensions, but overall, not bad. And this could be the time where we get some, I guess, championships through the city of Cleveland without LeBron James. And for the All-Star, I don't think we're going to have anybody in here. Scoot Henderson kind of doing his thing. Boncera is kind of cooking it. We don't have anybody there, but for the All-Star game, we can see how Evan Mobley is rocking. I forget what team he's on down here. 4 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks. It's all right. All right, here we go. Regular season is done. MVP goes to Luka for 32, 9, and 9. Absolutely crazy. 43% from 3. Rookie of the year is, no surprisingly, Victor Wembanyama and OKC's got a scary looking team. Victor and Chet Holmgren on the same team. Cole Anthony, 6th man of the year. Evan Mobley brings home defensive player of the year. Yes, sir. Evan Mobley, 15, 14, 5, 1, and 3, essentially. And 30% from the three-point line is actually not bad. And most improved was to Kobe White. Good for him. Coach of the year, Willie Green again, I think, on the Pelicans, probably thanks to Zion Williamson. Jacob Park gets executive of the year. We don't get anybody in the All-NBA first team, but we do get Evan Mobley in the All-NBA second team, which is pretty dope. Nobody in the All-NBA third team. All defensive first. We don't get... Oh, we get Evan Mobley. I'm tripping. Evan Mobley, he was defensive player of the year. So obviously, he's all defensive first team, unless you are Tyson Chandler. And then all defensive second team, nobody to be seen. All rookie first, nobody for us. And Scoot Henderson, though, there we go. The guy we drafted for the wrong team. So we can go ahead and advance. We should be over here as a 3 seed going against the Toronto. Not bad. So Toronto's team, I'll just see if they have any sort of changes. I just wanted to see the actual team, not the coaching staff. Van Vliet, Gary Trent, OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, Pascal Siakam, Precious Achiuwa. Yeah, they really don't have anybody crazy, but they made the finals last year, so we have to be, I guess, a little bit careful with them. We don't have the play-in, so let's just simulate the play-in and see what happens. Okay, Brooklyn makes it out as the 8th seed to lose, probably in a 4-0 sweep against the Boston Celtics. So let's simulate this first game. Okay, Toronto takes game 1. We take game 2. Okay, not bad, not bad. Who's leading the way for us? Donovan Mitchell and Jarrett Allen. Okay, not bad. Let's see if we can take this next one. All right, game 2 goes to them. They're up 2-1. Tied the series at 2-2. It's pretty competitive. Oh, 3-2. All right, we have to simulate this one with Simcast. We are the 3 seed. Let's just simulate this at fastest. And just kind of simulate this game, see what's happening. Toronto's taking the lead. Ooh. Okay, this game's at least a little bit close. It's only halftime. Not too bad. We are coming back a little bit. We're down in the third quarter. Oh, okay, we're down 6. Oh, this is getting close. We're in the final 2 minutes of the game. This is a back and forth one. The series is on the line. Toronto's taking the lead, and they eliminate us. Not great. Donovan Mitchell still did his best, 28 points. Mobley is having a triple-double, and we're still losing. Jarrett Allen almost has a triple-double, and we are still losing. All right, let's see who wins the playoffs. Toronto Raptors make it to the finals again with that team, but lose to the Lakers this time with Anthony Davis, who brings home finals MVP. Because Sharif O'Neal is now an 87 overall. It's absolutely killing the game. Scottie Pippen Jr. is also just cooking it up. And LeBron is still doing LeBron things. He's a 95 overall at age 39. I mean, the guy can't be stopped. And Colin Sexton left the Utah Jazz to join the Los Angeles Lakers and carry them with Russell Westbrook. What is this league? All right, so here we are. We can extend Mobley, Okoro, and Chetty Osman. I guess we're just going to kind of do that. Chetty's up to a 78 overall, so not bad. The only thing that is tough is our man, Darius Garland. We're going to extend his qualifying offer, but he definitely wanted to test free agency, so it'll be interesting to see if we can get him back because he's one of the top players. So we're just going to kind of offer him a nice little max contract, give him some money, or at least a little bit more, and then maybe give him like a player option in that 5th year, just to make sure that we can keep the mans on the team and kind of just go through and we can skip to this player progression, kind of see how everybody's going. As a Buki, we had to extend for something, and now we get the team running it back for our 3rd and final season. Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and Donovan Mitchell, the kind of little trio. We also still have Jarrett Allen. We still have Isaac Okoro, who's up to an 82. Allen's up to an 87. That's actually pretty damn good. Whitmore now is actually up to an 80. He's a jack of all trades. Kevin Love is starting to see some regression. He is 35 years old, so it's kind of expected. Not everybody can be LeBron James. And then we have some all-around pretty good stuff. Rubio also on the decline, which is kind of tough. Maybe we need a bit of a better backup PG. Maybe that's what's hurting us. But either way, we can advance to next season, and I'll see you guys at the All-Star break. All right, last and final All-Star season, I guess we have here. Team Luka and Team Giannis. I think that's kind of going to be the trend. But Luka, Jokic, Tatum, Trae Young, Zion, LeBron, Ben Simmons, AD, Shea. Okay, he's making his first All-Star. Devin Booker, Sharif, and Jaren Jackson Jr. And then Team Giannis, we have Giannis, Joel, Kat, LaMelo Ball, John Morant, Steph, Kawhi, KD, Darius Garland. There we go. Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, and Scotty Barnes. We're starting to see some of the guys who are basically coming off their rookie seasons right now. Mobley, Scotty, Cade Cunningham making consistent all-star teams, and Zion's on the starters. Steph on the reserves is a bit wild to me because I think even like down the line, Steph's still going to be a fan favorite to be up in the starters. But we can continue, I guess, fully getting us to the All-Star break. We were doing pretty good, but now we're sitting around like that 5th, 6th seed, which is definitely not amazing. I think this team is definitely like, at least in the East, they probably can finish at that 5th to 6th seed if we're being honest. I think that's kind of like their baseline right now, but we'll see. Player stats: Donovan Mitchell, 22 points. Darius Garland's moved it up to 20-9, which is pretty good. Evan Mobley's just an absolute tank. 15 points, 13.6 rebounds, 5.5 assists. He's up to basically 3 blocks a game. And both Mitchell and Garland are both shooting above 50% from the field. And 40% or more from 3. Donovan Mitchell is shooting 47% from 3. That is unrealistic, especially when he's on like 6 attempts a game. That is unreal. Just absolutely crazy. I want to see if we can look at just the league standings, or let's look at the award race. Let's see who's winning it so far. LaMelo for MVP. Okay. Ron Holland for Rookie of the Year. Vucevic, 6th Man of the Year, which is interesting. Mobley for Defensive Player of the Year yet again with 3 blocks a game. I mean, come on. Scoot for Most Improved. Cameron Whitmore is actually up there as well. He's giving us some oomph off of the bench, which is pretty damn good. But let's just look at the the NBA standings. So the Charlotte Hornets are first in the Eastern Conference with 97 overall. LaMelo. They also have Grant Williams, Kyle Kuzma, Mark Williams. Okay, actually, it's not a terrible team. So my man Ochai Brissett. The Indiana Pacers with Benedict Mathurin and DeAndre Ayton are absolutely killing it. And then for the Toronto Raptors signed Kyrie Irving to go next to Fred VanVleet and have LeBron James. What is going on? Oh my lord! And this stuff on Rondo Baycott. That's kind of fun. Did they? Yeah, they didn't even get the. All right. Wow. Okay. And then we're there at the 4th seed. And then the Western Conference, the Portland Trailblazers of all teams are number 1 with JD Davidson. That guy was actually a bucket. Nurkic, they have Bam Adebayo, Josh Hart, Shaedon Sharpe. Anthony Simons, for some reason, isn't the starting PG. That just doesn't make any sense to me. The Warriors still up there. Devin Booker and Steph Curry with Jordan Poole off of the bench. We don't even have Klay Thompson out here anymore. What is going on? James Wiseman's out here along with Jonathan Kuminga. What is happening? The Sacramento Kings, Keegan Murray just changed up this team with Davion Mitchell and De'Aaron Fox. They really don't have a great center, but they're just making it work. They actually have Andre Drummond off the bench. And then the 4th seed, we'll just look at the Memphis Grizzlies, John Morant, Desmond Bane, a name that I can't pronounce, Jaren Jackson Jr. and Khalil Ware. Interesting. And then Kennedy Chandler off the bench. And then Zion is just carrying these guys to wins out here. Oklahoma City Thunder aren't doing as good as you would expect with Victor Chet Holmgren. This is why, man. Put Shea at the 1, put Josh Giddey at the 2, Jabari Smith at the 3, Victor at the 4, and then Chet at the, Victor... one of the 2, Victor at the 5, and then Chet at the 4, and I promise you that team will be so much better. Honestly, unreal. Either way, let's sim the end of the regular season and see if we can, I guess, have some better luck in the playoffs. Here we go. LaMelo winning the MVP. I do think that LaMelo's got that like MVP potential, but we'll see if he actually, gets up to that. Rookie of the Year is Ron Holland. 6th Man of the Year, Vucevic. It's kind of seeing how everything's going. Also, Vucevic on the Spurs. That's kind of is interesting, I guess we'll say. Defensive Player of the Year, Evan Mobley again, back to back, getting those. Scoot Henderson, Most Improved. I draft well like that, 27 points a game. This guy's just a guaranteed bucket. I mean, come on. Billups, Coach of the Year for the Trailblazers, and Jonathan Shipp is Egg of the Year. Not that we care. We also got the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference, which definitely isn't bad. We have Evan Mobley in the All-NBA 2nd team, nobody in the 1st or 3rd team. Mobley again on the All-NBA or All-Defensive 1st team, as you would expect, and we have nobody on the 2nd. All-Rookie 1st team, we have nobody as you would expect. Well, but some interesting names out there, none that I've watched too much. We are going against the Detroit Pistons yet again. They beat us when they were the 10 seed and we were the 9 on the play-in, so that'll be interesting. Boston and Brooklyn are both here. I just want to quickly look at what their team is. Cade, Ivy, Dylan Brooks, okay, Isaiah Stewart, Jalen Duren, Sadiq Bey off the bench with Kobe White, Killian Hayes, Marvin Bagley, a good team. A lot of guys who are, I guess, young to us, but aren't anymore. Kind of interesting. Let's see how the play-in goes. Boston beats Brooklyn, Orlando beats Milwaukee, and then Milwaukee beats Boston. Giannis may no longer be on the Bucks if that's the case. And then OKC beats Minnesota. What? Dallas wins. OKC wins, but then Minnesota moved forward. Okay, 2K. Makes a lot of sense. Either way, let's just simulate this. I'm going to go game by game because we keep losing. Detroit wins game 1 and game 2 and game 3. We need to reverse sweep here. Let's see if we got any life in us. No. Wow. We get swept to finish the game. Whitmore and Levert and Mobley show up as Donovan Mitchell, and Darius Garland kind of just disappear. Okay, that's not great. So let's see what happens. The Charlotte Hornets and Portland Trailblazers meet in the NBA Finals, and J.D. Davidson is the Finals MVP after LaMelo just can't get the dub with 37, 6, 8, and 3. Simons actually cooked up, but J.D. Davidson's also having himself a game. Anthony Simons is chucking up the threes. What an interesting time that we have. And my camera also died. Let me fix that real quick for the outro. All right, so Donovan Mitchell to the Cleveland Cavaliers. The move I'm actually kind of a fan of, and I don't think the 2K22 is exactly the most realistic to what's going to happen. I mean, LeBron James left and went to the Toronto Raptors with Kyrie Irving. Yeah, I don't know about that move, but overall, I think it's pretty cool. I do think that these guys have leapt a few teams, maybe like the Chicago Bulls and guys like that who didn't make too many big moves. But I am interested to see how Darius Garland, who is an absolute hooper, matches up with Donovan Mitchell, and then you got Evan Mobley and Jared Allen just kind of holding it down out there. And you also have Isaac Okoro with the 3, who I think is a nice all-around good NBA player, especially on defense. So it's an interesting move. Again, let me know what you guys think about it down in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe, all this sort of stuff. And let me know if you guys want to see more videos like this. Maybe we look forward and see if Victor and Chet can actually be up on the team and do a rebuild around there. And let me see if you guys want to do like a rebuild on the Utah Jazz, because they actually could be a pretty interesting team. So like the video again, all that wonderful stuff, and I will see you in the next video.